Hi everyone, I'm Geraldine. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making some homemade gluten-free peach cobbler. So I got some peaches, beautiful peaches from the farmer's market on the weekend. And I have the leftover gluten-free buttermilk biscuits that I made with the homemade butter and buttermilk. So this recipe comes from Mama Knows Gluten Free. She's got some really great stuff on there. So I'm actually combining a couple of different recipes and methods to make this peach cobbler. So I have the Mama Knows Gluten Free. She also has a peach cobbler recipe, but it uses cake, and I wanted to use the biscuits. So I'm combining that with, hang on, I have to look at my notes, the recipe for peach cobbler from Sally's Baking Addiction. So 2 recipes, I'm kind of taking a little bit from each, and we'll see how this experiment goes. I've got the water boiling to help prep the peaches, to get the skin off. I've got the oven heating up. And then I will be back to talk a little bit more about the recipe ingredients that I'm using for the peaches, and we'll get started. Okay, we're back. So I boiled and peeled the peaches. I got them sliced up, did a little taste testing. They're delicious, very juicy. So now they're back in the pot. I put some water in, it didn't say how much, so I put maybe about half a cup, and I'll see if I need to add some more. And then I've got the monk fruit sweetener. This is supposed to be half a cup. It seems like a lot, so I'm probably just gonna put less. I don't like stuff that's super sweet anyway. So into the pot that goes. And then the other ingredient, sugar out of there. All right. And then the other ingredient is cinnamon, and I didn't notice a measurement on there either, and I usually don't care when it comes to spices and things like that. I usually always need to use a little bit more. Obviously this is cinnamon, so that smells about right. Okay, so these are going to boil. Let's stir them up. They're gonna boil for about 10 minutes. Super excited. Already smells delicious. The oven is heated up and ready to go. I sliced the biscuits. I don't know, it looked like I had a lot of peaches before. Now it looks like maybe I don't have so many. So I don't think it's gonna fill all the way to the top of the baking dish, but who cares, right? It's peaches, it's peach cobbler, it's gluten-free. Yeah, it's gonna be good. So I'm gonna let those cook, and then I'll come back on the video, and we'll put it all together and get it in the oven. So stand by. Okay, and we're back. So the peaches are done. Lesson learned, I probably didn't need to add as much water as I did. Like I said, I think I added just about half a cup, not a full half a cup. But the peaches certainly were very juicy, so made their own sauce. So it's maybe a little bit like peach soup. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's gonna be peach cobbler, and that's all we care about, right? So I also, while it was boiling, added a little bit more cinnamon, and I added some Frontier Co-op ginger root. Delicious. So I'm going to assemble everything now into the baking dish. Maybe I will not use so much of this liquid. I also realized that I had the other burner on at the same time. So now I'm working at the back of the stove, so I don't burn myself. That's okay. This isn't a perfect world. This isn't a perfect kitchen. Everybody does their best, and it all turns out just fine, right? All right, so getting these peaches in here. And while I do that, so like I said at the beginning, I don't have any raw milk on hand, so I don't have any butter, I don't have any whipped cream, or I thought I didn't have any butter, but I found that, like every good Irish person, I have, of course, Kerrygold in my refrigerator. So I took some Kerrygold, put it in a bowl, put it in the microwave, just a real quick zap to melt it. So I'm gonna do a butter wash using a spoon because I don't have a brush. So butter wash over the top of the biscuits just because, you know, they were frozen and they're extra crumbly because there's no gluten in them, and gluten is a binder. So I'm gonna do that, and then I decided also to finish off the top, just sprinkle it after the butter with some coarse sugar. This is turbinado sugar, just a little bit. I did taste the peaches, and I think just less than half a cup of the monk fruit was perfect for me. So obviously, home chefs, you can taste test your own and do as you please and adjust as needed. So I'm just gonna lay these biscuits over the top. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's totally fine. If you can see the peaches, why wouldn't you want to see the peaches? Because it's more crumbly, you know, you can kind of work with it a little bit more. Oh, I've got an extra one. All right, well, I got an extra one. That means I can just eat it. All right, so I don't know if you can see that very well. So I just popped on the sliced biscuits, and then now actually what I might do, I'm gonna pour a little bit of the liquid over as well. That might make it a little bit, the biscuits a little bit more soft once I get done cooking them, but I'm not upset about that. So I'm gonna take the butter that I melted and just do a little drizzle. I mean, obviously now I've got extra liquid because I just poured the extra peach sauce right over top of it, but I'll give these guys some butter lovin'. Because who doesn't love butter? I love butter. All right, so I can put this extra butter on my leftover biscuit and have it with my dinner. All right, so we've got the turbinado sugar. I'm the only one who lives here, so I can put my fingers in the bag. It's totally fine. I'm not sharing this with anybody else, so it is okay. Plus my hands are clean. I wash them about 500 times a day at this point. So just a little bit to crisp up the top, and I think we're good. So I'm gonna grab my pot holder so I don't accidentally burn myself on the video, and put this in the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes, probably 35. We'll see how long it goes. We want the biscuits to be a little bit golden brown. Of course, they're already cooked, so that might be a moot point, but we will start it at 30, and then I'll be back to share with you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, we're back. It was 30 minutes, probably because the biscuits had already been cooked before. Now they're a little bit more than a golden brown, but I also put the butter on it and the turbinado sugar. So we have peach cobbler. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You could top this with fresh whipped cream, or you could do it a la mode style and put some vanilla ice cream on top. So I'm gonna let this cool down a little bit and then take a picture, and then I'm gonna dig in. So thanks for watching.